Hey everybody, it's Denise with Lazy K Mountain Homestead. Well, I hope you're doing well. It is a beautiful day here in Tennessee. We've had about 24 hours of rain. You can hear all the chickens having eggs and the roosters and everybody in the background. Sorry, but I guess they're happy too. But anyways, I wanted to share with you some of what we've got going on as far as planting in our gardens here. This is cabbage and broccoli. We grew everything from seed, and everything is just looking so good. That's cabbage, and that will be broccoli. We've got quite a few because we like to freeze and dehydrate and make sauerkraut and things like that. So that is that. Over here, I've got some onions. These are onions that I did plant earlier this year out of the seeds. And over here are some more onions that I got with the bunches. They're just coming on, but this rain has really worked miracles. And that is a horseradish. I like to use horseradish. It's a root, if you're not familiar. And it's really hard to find in the grocery store, so I decided to grow my own. I use it for fire cider, which is something I like to make up in the fall, winter, and early spring and take as a kind of like a probiotic, I guess. I don't know if it's really considered that, but it's really good for your immune system. My garden placard there fell down, but this is carrots. And I see a lot of the clover has gotten in there, so I'll try to weed that out at some other time. But look how good they look. And over here are beets. I had that netting on there because I had some trouble with chickens. We've got them all up now, but look how good they are doing. The little bare spots in there is from where chickens got in there and dug them up, but so far they look great. And then, let me back up. Look at my peas. Green peas. They are just beautiful. Look at these beautiful blossoms. Oh, and there are some pea pods. They will fill up. Now, these are actual peas. You can see the peas in that one, but they'll get really big and full. They're not the sweet pea pods like you use in some Asian type recipes. These are actual peas. And then let's walk over here to those potatoes that I did in my last short video. Look at this thing. Now, like I said, if you're not familiar with the videos, we tried this vertical layering of the potatoes this year. We just wanted to see how that would work, and I think they've done really well. Look at all the potatoes. They're growing out the sides, the bottom, the top, all the way around, and we have 5 layers in there. And this is white potatoes. I've got some red potato Pontiacs that we didn't do up in another garden, which I'll show you. We just did in a regular row, but look at that. So happy with that. Boy, the rain has really helped. I have a few things that I need to plant. I just got these peppers from Gurney's. Let's see, they came Monday, so a couple days ago, and I potted them and we'll plant them this weekend, but I wanted to kind of give them a little bit of a start because they were turning a little yellow. And then I've got some California Wonder Seeds, and then these are Mountain Fresh hybrids and tomatoes, and then some cherry tomatoes. This is the Butter Crunch lettuce. Look at the size of that. Let me put this Miracle-Gro box next to it so you can kind of see reference and how big those lettuces are. Aren't they beautiful? Now, I've got them in a raised bed here inside the greenhouse. It was just kind of on a whim that I wanted to try that. But I think we'll harvest them this weekend. I would have had more, but Duchess got in there and destroyed. She's my dog. But I am so happy. I can't wait for this to be on a sandwich. Look at that. It almost looks so shiny. It's not real, but they are. These are wild blackberries that I just let grow right here close to the house. Look at the berries on there. Boy, the rain is going to plump them up. I should have a lot of blackberries for some blackberry jam. Okay, this is the bottom garden, or garden number 2. And this is where we have all of our tomatoes planted. We grew all of them from seed. I think we've got 96 because we do a lot of canning. Tomatoes, tomato juice, spaghetti sauce, things like that. Love it. They've really grown since the rain. Oh my goodness. That is awesome. We'll have to put tomato cages around. I was going to say potato, but tomato. And this is also just some extra broccolis that I had. I didn't want to throw away. And you can see Willis has put black cow around everything. That's a manure, cow manure. And then we've got some peppers up here. Now, I had such trouble growing the California Wonder Seed. I've tried again, as you saw in the greenhouse. The same dirt. I don't know if it's the seed this year, but these are Anaheim and Serrano from last year, and they've done really well. And in case you guys are wondering what this is, why I have a tin pie plate attached to a post, is because at night, when deer come through or raccoons come through, it's not 100%, but it does help with the reflection from the lights. We have a security light in the moon and whatever, and it will kind of keep predators away. But anyways, that is the peppers. They're doing pretty good. We got a few more to plant. Hopefully this weekend, if it's not a bunch of rain. Okay, and this is some more beans. These are all bush beans. We have 4 different kind of bush beans. 3 that have come up. One I'm not so sure it's going to come up. It was an old seed. And this is a whole row of Boston pickling, because we love our pickles. And this is a whole row of squash. Half of it is straight neck, and the other half is black zucchini, which is a real dark green. But they are doing really good. And let's go over here and see the goats while we're out. Hey girls! Are you guys staying in for the rain? Hi! Hey Jane! Haven't done an update on the goats in a long time. Hi baby! Hi! Hello! How are you? I'm not going to go in because it's hard for me to hold the phone and do it. And there's Belle, her baby, who's over a year old now. Hi, Belly Boo. They are just the sweetest girls. I know it. I know. Yeah. You guys want to say anything? Huh? You got anything to say to everybody? Yeah. I know. They're so beautiful with those blue eyes. I just love them. All right, girls. We're going to go up somewhere else, but you have a good day, and I'll see you later, okay? Love you. They're so cute. Well, actually, let me show you. I had to reinforce this cattle panel, which is good for goats, except they get their horns in them if you keep the horns on them, and we do. So I had to put this other woven wire kind of halfway here so they couldn't get their heads through. All right, babes. See you later. This is the last big garden we have right now. So that's the third one. And this is corn, sweet corn. Peaches and cream and bodacious. And then we have 2 rows of case knife beans and white half runners. They're pole beans. They've gotten huge. These are the red potatoes I was telling you about. Some of them are volunteers, which means they came up on their own from last year. And then some right here are ones that we planted in to fill the rows. That is a squash. And if I can get through here, I'm surprised I can walk in here, but I got these clodhopper shoes on. I guess it's helping. Usually when it rains, but we haven't had rain in forever. Now, that looks like a hill that probably had watermelon in, but there's nothing. So we'll have to replant that. But anyways, this is just beautiful. I can't even express how fast and how much everything has grown since yesterday. Those corn were probably, let's see, that big. And you can see how big they are now. Some of them 6 to 8 inches. The ones that are closest we just had planted maybe 2 weeks ago. But I'll tell you what, the heavenly rain, that really does something. So blessed. And I mowed last weekend, and look, I need to mow again for sure. Goodness gracious. Here is a raised bed of Gurney's Whopper strawberries, and they have done really well. We have over a gallon and a half in the freezer, and we've eaten 2. And this was some that I transplanted, and they're coming along. I expect next year they'll be as beautiful as these. And right next to the strawberries, we have got our grapevine, our arbor. Grapes didn't do very good last year. Wasn't a good grape year. I've just got 2 grapes in here, but look how beautiful they look this year. Concord grapes. Very tickled with that. I've got some honeysuckle that's trying to invade it. I'll have to get that out of there because it'll just strangle my grapevines. And you can see how old they are. They're about 10 years old. Usually they do really well. Okay, and let's go over here to my beehives. Hopefully this weekend we'll be able to get in there. Haven't been able to get in there because of the rain. So I want you to see the bees coming in and out with the pollen. Look at them going to town, just working their little butts off. These were swarms 2 years ago, and they're still doing great. This is what we call the Swamp Rock Road that goes between our 2 properties. It's actually 1 property, but we had to make a road to get over here because of the swamp. That's usually full with water. But I wanted to show you the size of these ferns that grow naturally. Aren't they gorgeous? Kind of looks like a rainforest in here. I'm sure it's its own little ecosystem in here because of the swamp. But isn't that neat? Try to let a lot of the clover, and I call those buttercups, grow naturally over here because it's just such a good place for the bees to come and forage. And I see one in there. If I can get down to her. Let's see if I can get where you can see she is right there. We have another spot out front of our property that we let grow in clover and wildflowers just for the honeybees and other pollinators. Not sure what that is down there, but everybody likes it, and it smells so good over here. This, again, was a burn pile when we cleared this property, and it's full of blackberries. I don't know if I'll be able to get in there, but it's good for the birds and other things that need to eat. So we try to do that here on this property because I bet I've got plenty down there. And I wanted to end the video up here with the pigs. with our pig pen. Lets you see how big these girls have gotten. Hi girls, you see me? Hey, look how big they've gotten, guys. I know, look at you. Hi. So they've got lots of good mud here. Yes, I know they're going to run in there because they want me to feed them. They just love it. Hi. Yes, you're so great. Anyway, guys, that's just a little farm tour. Lazy K Mountain Homestead. Hope you'll enjoy. And like, share, and subscribe if you'd like to. Would really feel honored. Have a great day. Bye.